All right, so welcome everybody. It's Wednesday. It's technically the second Wednesday of the month, but the first Wednesday was the first day, and that's when we do Jumpstart our month. So each month we have a KISS training that kind of kicks off our months. And keeping it simple is the super biggest thing that we want to do because we want to be having fun. We want to not be overthinking it. This is about getting healthy ourselves and helping others get healthy. So that's what we're talking about today. So we had our simple system 2 months ago, which was the path to ED. We had the one last month, which was just our full simple systems of how we bring on and support clients. And then this one's just going to be super simple sharing. So this is really great. If you are a new coach, which I see many new faces on the line tonight, congratulations. And it looks like I need to mute someone real quick. 1 second. All righty. Perfect. So basically, we're just going to be going over this. If you're a new coach, this is great because it's going to be a bunch of different examples about how people have how people share, who they talk to, what they say, and everyone has their own different kind of feel because we're all different people. But it'll give you an example of what people say. And I remember when I was a brand new coach, I loved hearing how the people that were impacting lives were doing it, and realizing that they weren't anyone that were like superhuman. They were just people that opened up their mouth. So we all have different flares, and basically I just like to take what other people did, and I just like, oh, I like that, I'll make that part of what I say, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So and especially because many of our people that are sharing tonight are new executive directors. So I guess 2 months ago, let me see here, make sure I'm muted. All right, there we go. A lot of them were new or are new executive directors. So we're just going to go over many of them, like Christina, you'll hear from tonight, didn't even think she could talk to anyone before, and now she's an executive director. So we're going to be going over a bunch of different scenarios that kind of go, so what happens when we share on Facebook, when we're out and about, what do we say to people that are referrals, and hopefully it's all going to be very helpful for you. So disclaimer that we always like to do before we get into super simple systems is everything here is just an idea of best practices. It's based on what most people are doing and the best information. If you like the way you're doing something, don't think you're doing it wrong. If you like it, it's working, it's getting people healthy, keep doing it. There's no wrong way to be a world changer. So that's what we like to talk about. And then just remembering is that if you guys are new to the line, is we are an optimal health program. We're not a diet. We like to help people focus on all aspects of their health. Healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And the more we can help them talk about things that are about changing their health overall, that's what the best part of the conversation to be on, as opposed to just losing weight and what our food's about. So just another kind of a thing about that. And then just the keeping it super simple checklist, which is one, we're always on our own personal health journey. So be focusing on ourselves, have our own oxygen mask on ourselves, and then we develop and we integrate clients, help them understand our program and changing their life one step at a time, one win at a time. And then over time, the ultimate goal, every client becomes a coach over time, whether they are just a strong advocate or they actually pay it forward to their first person. That's when their health journey is really taken to the last and final level, which is helping others. So before we get into it, it's just a reminder, this is a topic we had last time, is we always want to be rad. That's what we want to be doing, which is make sure that we're always about relationships, awakening and acquiring and, basically assisting clients to get started, get going, see that they want to do this. And then development of ourselves, development of people becoming clients, development of people being integrated, development of people becoming coaches. That's literally what we do. And if you can ask yourself every single day, how do I be rad? Then that's literally kind of what this training is about and what most of our trainings are. So before I hand it over to Susan, is the number one determining factor of how many people you help is how many people you're talking to. Because it really is a numbers game. It doesn't matter if you're, horrible at talking to people like I was in the first place. Like, I've told many of you guys this joke, like the first time I actually shared with someone I never knew, it was at a bank when we were setting up a bank account, and Ashley and I walked out and Ashley said to me, like, you realize you made no sense what you were talking about there. And I said, yes, I do know that. But you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So talk a lot. And that's really what we want to talk about here tonight, which is 1 in every roughly 5 people will sign up pretty quickly that you talk to. And if you're really good at sharing, probably 2 in 5 will sign up. Almost every person you chat with, there is an opportunity to bring up Take Shape for Life. And I'm going to quote Tim Cox, Global Director, one of the first people that I remember talking with about this, which is really funny. We're next to where he used to live up here at the mountain in Oregon, and near a restaurant I first sat down and talked with him at. And he just said to me, was talk with people. If you talk with someone every single day, there's going to be an opportunity for Take Shape for Life, or what you do or how you can assist them with Take Shape for Life, to come up. And if it doesn't, which is rare, good. You probably made their day better than it was before, and you had a great conversation. With that, follow-up is key. Average about 5 to 12 touches. Most people aren't going to chase you down and tackle you on the first share. And then remembering, with that 1 in 5 rule, same goes with clients that move towards coaching if you assist it. So 1 out of 5 clients, most of them will likely become a coach. And the goal of this whole project of changing lives and our mission of Health in America is to build 5 clients at a time and 1 coach at a time of those 5 clients. If you can do that over and over again, you're the biggest, you're basically can be Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson in just a matter of years. So just remembering when you're the determining factor of talking to people, it's very simple. You don't have to tell them a whole lot. You don't have to even know what you're saying. The best way to share is, we have this little template here, is where you were before. So where you personally were before Take Shape for Life, what that looked like for you. And then where you are now, how it's changed and what's changed for you with your story. Little tangible things that they can lock onto, like weight loss, simple, was able to integrate it, first time you were being successful, things that people will be like, wow, that's what I want to do too. Keep it short, because it doesn't matter how much you talk. It's not even about you. The person really just wants to know if it's going to work for them. And the next step is always connecting with their why and what the most important factor is to them, and getting them talking about themselves. So with that being the case, I'm going to introduce President Director Susan LaBelle, and she's going to kind of cover spheres of influence and talking with people and being mindful of all of our relationships. Susan, so why don't you take it away?
Thanks, Brad. And hi, everybody. This kind of came into fruition, has it been 3 years ago, Brad? You hear the word spheres of influence, and I'd heard that word, but I'm a very visual person. So a sphere is a circle, and I really kind of needed to map out where our spheres of influence were. Because I don't know, some of you are, real new on the line, and you feel like there's, this abundant thinking. And I had gotten to a place in my business a couple years in where I felt like, I remember saying to Brad, who else am I going to talk to? Like, I felt like I'd already kind of shared with everybody. And so when I really kind of visually put down on paper what our spheres of influence were, and this wasn't about going out and creating a bunch of new, it was really just identifying, where do I spend time? Where do I have, my coworkers, my past coworkers. I was going to church, and I was involved in our church. I was going to the gym, 3-4 times a week, and kind of identify, where do I go throughout my day? Maybe you go to the same coffee shop. You have your kids' schools, whatever that looks like. So you can do this exercise, and I know today we're going to be talking about sharing, but essentially it's, being intentional in all these spheres of influence. Because as I really started to identify, Brad, where I was going, it wasn't about, it was great and over time I've developed new spheres of influence, but I realized that there were places I was going that I actually didn't have any clients that I developed there, or maybe just 1 or 2, and I definitely hadn't developed a coach in that sphere of influence. And so really, it wasn't about going and developing new. It was about being more intentional in the places that I was already at. So for example, I was going to the gym 3-4 days a week, and I had 0 clients at our gym, and there was over 2,000 members. So could I spend a little bit more time to be more intentional to meet people there? Absolutely. My church, I go to a church with a huge membership, again, over a couple thousand people, and I had 1 or 2 clients, but no coaches at that time. So could I spend a little bit more time there? Absolutely. Or be more intentional with my sharing. And as we started to really transition into that, oh my goodness, that was when our business changed. And it was more the abundance mentality of, it wasn't just the people I knew, but it was who they knew. So the F and F stands for friends and family, because when you start looking at your network of people and you think of, I know maybe 300 people, but they all know 300 people, you have to really, your network is, tens of thousands of people. If your people around you know and understand what you do and how you can help. So if this isn't an exercise you haven't gone through for yourself, I would, map out, write down, make little tally marks, like how many people in your neighborhood are actually clients, how many are actually coaches, where can I be a little bit more on purpose and intentional. The other thing I want to point out, Brad, is that, and if those of you noticing, Facebook is only one circle here. And I know some people are going to touch on that today, but a lot of us will focus a lot of time on that, and that's our only sphere of influence we're really working and layering on, when in reality, it's sometimes a great, portal, if you will. Sorry, I have an 8-year-old that talks about portals. So portal, if you will, for layering with people and bringing them in. But really, a lot of times that's just a layering for what we've done out and about in these other spheres of influence. So I wanted to actually have Sherry Prochaska come on, because she is someone that as actually, I know we're gonna have a lot of new executive directors, but Sherry, you've been coaching for 3 years now. And at the beginning of this year, this was kind of a conversation we had about, okay, what's new? Like, what's kind of next for me? Where do I spend my time and put my energy? So when you kind of went through this exercise, can you just share with people just kind of some of your epiphanies and what you found out through doing kind of exploring this?
Totally. Yeah, I think I had some of the same that you had, where for 2 years, when the first 2 years we were coaching, it was kind of like, okay, I, looked on meetups and, found all the moms groups in Boise, and started trying to do them all, which was just, I was spread too thin and I wasn't developing relationships with anybody. It was just kind of like, it was overwhelming and it wasn't enjoyable. And so when I really mapped this out and saw that, just finding like which one of those groups did I enjoy, like which of them had the people that I actually liked being around, and really focusing on like diving in and building relationships there, it made a huge difference. And to talk a little bit about, the beginning of this year and telling you and Brad, like, I don't know where my next clients are going to come from. Like, I feel like, all of my friends and family are clients or coaches. And then really it was a shift, just having that conversation about, like Dr. A says, you're either creating, managing, blaming, or dying. And I was definitely in the management mode of our business. And I kind of took it for granted, like, oh, everyone knows what I do. And so I'd gotten pretty quiet about branding myself. And so once I kind of shifted over to like being excited about like what Take Shape had done, because I kind of lost sight of that, right? Like I got complacent with what Take Shape had brought to like our healthy body and healthy mind and healthy finances. But once I got back in touch with that and really got back into the creative mode and got passionate again, and started branding myself when I was out and about and on Facebook. I mean, we don't want to rely on Facebook, but as long as you're adding your new connections to Facebook and then you're consistent about branding yourself, it kind of all comes together magically. And I started getting messaged like 2 times a day from people like, what is it? I've been following you. I've been like, seriously, my phone just binged at me from another message. So it just was like getting back to the creative space, and then consistently branding myself.
Yeah, no, it's awesome because it's a process, and I've seen it evolved. And what I loved is you said, where do I want to spend time? Like, what's actually fun for me? Like, where are the people that I want to be around? Because that's, to quote Brad Miller, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong, right? And so I think we all sometimes can feel like we're spreading ourselves too thin, trying to do it all. And so there is some benefits of growing new spheres of influence over time, but understanding that it's about building relationships in those spheres of influence. And for many of us, there's a lot that we are already involved in that we just really need to go maximize and be a little bit more intentional. So thank you for sharing that. And I know you've been just great about making connections out and about, and just like you said, just layering what we do and having a lot more fun. So thank you for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I love that, just because there's so many people that are coaches on the line right now that are like, they've been coaching for years, and we have new coaches on here, and either both sides of it. You can be like, oh, well, I don't know if I have that many more people that I could help because I've helped all these people. Or you can be sitting there like, if you've only helped your first 5 clients, like Stephanie, and you're like, I don't really know who my next few clients are. You might know where a handful is, but when you really step back, you're like, wow, everyone has a sphere of influence of about 300 people at the very least, if you really think about it. And what's really cool is, and Susan, you're the queen of this, because you were like, basically, wow, look at all these places I've been. Wow, most of these people don't even know what I do. And what happens is 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese, and the other ones don't want to be that way. And when you share with them, basically everyone needs what we have, whether it's, most people will either need weight loss or some kind of a system where they can balance their life. How many people's lives is in full balance and are eating the way they want to be eating? Like, 0% of the population, maybe 10, maybe if we're lucky. So you have something for everyone you come in contact. And if they don't have it, I guarantee if they do have it and they're a rarity, then they are connected to somebody who they do want to have connected with a healthy lifestyle. So I just love this whole display here. And I just love it. It doesn't matter if you're new or you're old. There's always people. And Sherry, you've just been a great example of that. There's always people to be talking to. So thanks, both of you guys. That's awesome. And Susan, are you going to bring on, the next person for an example?
Sure. I'll move on to, I'm going to have new, let's see here. What do you have written here? Out and about. You look great. I love it. Corey, I'm going to have you unmute yourself. I'm going to introduce Corey. She in the last 4 months has actually brought on 30 new clients in the last 4 months. So that's pretty exciting. And Corey has a really unique story because she came in actually, how many of you are involved in the challenge system? In layering it with people in your life that are already healthy? Because Corey was one of those that was introduced to Take Shape for Life through the health challenge last fall. And she really just, I'll let her tell, but she did lose 16 pounds, but really, and she's very tall and it's noticeable, but not like strikingly noticeable, but really just by adapting the habits of health through our health challenges. How cool is that? That's pretty exciting. So Corey, I would love for you just to, first of all, come on and share. Are you unmuted?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Susan?
hey. So Corey's up in Montana. Just how you kind of initially got the word out to the people, because you were seeing just some results and got the word out to people when you decided to tell people about what you were doing and what you were excited about.
Yeah, thanks, Susan. So, of course, I did share on Facebook. I kind of came out with a sharing statement through my mentor. And then really, though, beyond that, I just kind of started some cold calling. Yes, it was out of my comfort zone, but I did it with some people that I knew were, that were friends of mine, that were already kind of had been looking for something. I knew they were searching for something. And I don't present it as a diet. I try and get away from that because honestly, I don't believe in diets. And that's what I love about Take Shape for Life is it's more than just, it's so much more than that, with the healthy body, mind, and finances. And so I present it to people as an optimal health program because I really believe that it all does fit together. I mean, when you feel good about your weight loss, you feel good about so many other things in life beyond just your weight. Your weight loss makes everything better, and then it all kind of comes together as like one big puzzle. And so that's kind of how I present it. And I just called up some friends that I knew, that I was, to be honest, pretty comfortable with talking to. I mean, I didn't just call just kind of an acquaintance. I called some of my friends and just talked to them and said, hey, I've started a new health coaching business. I'm really excited about it. And I know that you've been kind of looking for something and kind of, on different programs. And I really think this would be beneficial to you. Where are you at right now in your health goals? And how could I help you? And that's all I really said. I turned it more into them. I don't say a lot. I always turn it back to them and say, how can I help you? Or what are your goals?
Yeah, no, I love that. What I really love that you said is you see the bigger picture of what we do, that we're an optimal health program and we're not just signing people up on a diet. Do you feel that because your first tasting of Take Shape was through the challenge, that's really benefited you from the mindset of for you as a health coach and how you present what we do and what we offer?
Yeah, absolutely, Susan. So I told my health coach and mentor probably no for a year. And that's another thing I want to touch on. Don't get discouraged. Just keep sharing it with people because for me, I was way too overcommitted. I was overcommitted and just way too committed at that point to take anything more on. And I didn't want to do it. So finally, I kind of got to that point and I kind of had a rough summer myself. I mean, just there were some issues that I just didn't want to deal with. So apparently I just ate to get out of those issues. I don't know. But anyways, I was presented with the challenge and I just thought it was a good time. I'm like, I got to turn this around. And I joined the challenge. And then that's where I really learned what Take Shape for Life was all about. And I liked the big picture. I didn't want to be a part of something that was strictly like, here, take this pill, because that's not the type of person I am. And I don't want to share that with somebody else. So I just love the big picture of it all. And that's what I really got out of the challenge. And then as I was in the challenge, I got it in my mind that I wanted to start health coaching. There were some very important people, namely my parents, that I wanted to share it with. And so I just kind of started getting rid of things in my life that were taking up time that I really didn't have a lot of interest in. And then I started health coaching.
Yeah, no, I love it. You're just a real testament to how, one, you didn't have a lot of a weight loss story, and you've been able to help and support a lot of people, and that really hasn't stopped you from sharing, and people are still coming to you for help, and they're seeing what we offer. So that's awesome. And have you felt that your husband's lost some weight, but have you felt like, how do you feel you share without having a weight loss story? You just share what we do as more of an optimal health program, and has that given you any stumbling blocks at all with not having a weight loss story?
No, I have to say I'm pretty envious when I see these people share their before and after pictures. I'm like, damn, that is good stuff. And I'm like, wish I had one of those. But I think really, Susan, it's about the trust. You know, if I look at most of my clients, I think they're friends and family of ours that trust me, or my husband. Some of my clients I don't know, they're friends of my husband, but I think they trust him and just know that he wouldn't do something that was that was just a fad or anything like that. So I think it's kind of about trust, and that's why I say my parents would have never done this program under my coach, and that's nothing bad against her. It's just about trust with your people. So if you are on this thinking about health coaching or something, and there's some people, referring is great, but there comes a point where other people won't do it. So definitely consider health coaching. It's a way to keep yourself accountable and help so many other people.
Yeah, awesome. And one last question before I let you off the hook, okay? You're doing amazing. So just awesome. So when people ask you, because we did talk about this today, when people come up to you and ask you out and about, wow, Corey, you look great, or maybe they've seen something on Facebook, like, what exactly are you doing? What do you say?
Sure. I just say, yeah, I'm a health coach for a company called Take Shape for Life. I don't throw Medifast in there for no other reason than I think it's Take Shape for Life. That's the whole big picture. So I just say, yeah, I'm a health coach for a company for Take Shape for Life, and I help people either increase their energy, lose some weight. Sometimes that leads to reduced medications, and basically then it's much more than just than improving your eating. We look at the importance of sleep and the reduction of stress in your life to really create optimal health. And then I just say, what are you looking for? What are your
awesome.
And I think that.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. Yay!
Awesome.
I can't wait to I haven't actually met Corey, Brad. So when we talk like this, we get Zooms, which is pretty exciting, but I'm going to tackle her and give her a big old hug in Tucson. So
I love it. Thank you guys all. That was so perfect. So I love it. So passionate, sharing with people, picking up the phone, relationships, immediately turning to what it is that they want, and just having that relationship and turning it over to them. I know I said that twice, but it's so important and I love it. So no wonder why you started so many clients, and even without a weight loss story. So I love it. So let's jump over. We're going to skip over Jessica and come back to her, to Nicole, because she's so busy. And she's really busy tonight. She's going to give us an example of, she's always all over the place. Nicole went ED in basically her first full month. New executive director. We're going to Tucson. I have had the privilege of meeting her in person. We met in January. And she's just going to share a little bit about how she shares on Facebook, what her mentality is with it, and then what she does with that. So Nicole, will you share a little bit about and I think you're going to do even a role play of how you get that going with somebody. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome.
As Brad mentioned, I am all over the place. My career of choice has me traveling all throughout Orange County, and I'm in and out of people's homes. So even after I get out of this call, I still have 4 progress reports to write, about 10 pages in length each. So my days and my nights kind of all come together. Definitely a great thing that I have the energy to do it all, because I don't know what I would do without the energy. But Facebook has really been, using social media to document my own health journey has really been a platform to introduce just Take Shape for Life and the health journey that many of us have been on. And I often will post encouraging quotes. I will sprinkle in photos of myself so that people can see my transformation over time. I don't try to flood it with a ton of before and after photos. I like to do just different little taglines like Transformation Tuesday or Inspiration Thursday, and I'll just share little bits of maybe something that I've learned, whether it be through moving through habits of health or something from the Meltdown Challenge. And that really just gets the comments going. I mean, for the most part, you have at any point in time, at least for my Facebook, not saying I'm some huge super popular person, but I think at one point I had 150 likes on a photo. And going through, and my health coach Denise taught me beautifully, you go through and you see who's liking your photo, and then you go to that person and you personally message them. And that's what starts the dialogue, is when you message them, you're saying, something along the lines of hey, thanks so much for liking my photo. I've noticed you've been, watching my health transformation. How are things going with you? Are you or anybody that you're looking to change your health? And that just opens the doors at that point. Most people kind of want to stick, if they can, behind the screen and do a lot of typing. I don't share pretty much almost not really much any information when it comes to a Facebook message. I get them on the phone. So my biggest key piece is, once you have them kind of interested, then the next step is to get them in and say, hey, I'd love to chat with you by phone. Can I get your number? Here's my number. Let's coordinate a time that we can talk. And then that will take you to that next level of really understanding what they're looking for and how you can help them at that point. So, and I think this kind of probably leads into the role play, Brad, but I'm not sure if Denise is on. So
I think she'll come on here in a second. And as she's coming on here, so some people will message you or like it, and
right.
you're also initiating this contact with them, because you're initiating further contact.
Right.
You're inspecting who's writing, and you're not saying anything like, hey, call me if you want to lose weight. I got the magic.
Right.
You're just being an inspiration. You're posting things that are relevant to you because you got your oxygen mask on you every day and you're having fun with it. And you're being intentional about who's liking it. So someone reaches out to you on Facebook, says, hey, what is this thing that you're doing? Or, hey, congrats, what is this? What do what do you do in response to that? How do you take it to the phone? Which, Denise will be your example of that.
I'm here.
Oh, great. Yeah. So when I've had somebody message me and say, hey, you look great, what are you doing? Usually my response to them is, I always tell them, oh, thank you so much. The energy that I'm feeling is absolutely amazing, and I'm 100% loving the health journey that I'm on. Are you or somebody that looking to change your health right now? And then from there, at that point, based on whatever their response is, if they say, well, yeah, actually, I'm interested, or what, my sister, I've been showing her what your progress has been like, and she's been interested, then at that point I initiate and say, hey, I would love to get the chance to talk to them by phone, or hey, let's schedule a time that you and I can talk by phone, because I'd really like to just hear where you're at and share with you a little bit about what I've been doing. And I don't really share more than that, because I kind of want to keep them. I guess if you say you throw out, I don't know much about fishing. What do you throw? You throw out a fishing line with some bait on it? I'm trying to use an analogy and I'm losing it a little bit here. But anyways, you throw out a fishing line with some bait, and then now they bit onto that bait, and you say, okay, let's get on the phone so I can figure out even more what it is that you're looking for.
I love it. So let's do that example of that real quick. And so basically, you're not robotic, you're relational. and
Right.
give them a little bit, and you basically, without being like, all right, let's sign up an appointment right now and like make it all weird.
Right.
Just like, you just want to get them on the phone. It's super fluid. I love it. And then so let's do that example. So real quick, you don't have to go through the whole thing, but how would you, you set up that time, Denise is the person that reached out to you. Let's go and just do an example of what you would say to that person when you get on the phone.
Sure. So, Denise, do you want to start?
Hey, Nicole, you look absolutely incredible. I love your picture on Facebook. What are you doing?
Hey, Denise, thanks so much for calling and taking time out of your, what I'm sure is a busy schedule. I've been noticing that you've been watching my health journey on Facebook, and it's just been really great to see all the sweet comments that you've made. I really appreciated it. And it's very exciting what's been happening in my life. But before I even get into that, like, tell me about you. What's been going on? What's kind of, where are you at right now with what you're looking for to change about your health or things going on in your life?
Well, I'm just tired of being tired. I am sitting on this couch with my granddaughter next to me, popping in movies. I'm done, but I don't know what to do. I'm a nurse. I had gastric bypass. What did you have surgery? What are you doing?
Yeah, what it sounds like really is that what you're looking for is just to have some more energy to spend time with your granddaughter rather than having to sit in front of the couch and watch a movie, and that you just want to have a more fulfilling relationship with her. Does that sound about right?
Absolutely. I want that more than anything.
Right. And it sounds like you've kind of looked at some other alternatives and things that you can do to change your health. You said you looked into gastric bypass. Have you tried anything else?
I've tried everything, Nicole. Can you help me? You just look great. And what are you doing?
All right, that's where I'm gonna pause you guys. 'Cause that's perfect. You guys could go down the line, but for the people that are new, one, nothing here was scripted. Nicole wasn't worried about saying it perfectly. She literally just showed she cared, and really, for those that know, we have basically a pre-client, talking tool that's pasted in there. And basically, what Nicole was doing was sharing her story, making it relevant, but immediately turning it over to Denise and finding out what's important, finding out where she's doing. And then asking a few more questions because she wants to know what Denise wants and she wants to know what her health looks like. And then from there, it's a no-brainer. If you want to create optimal health, if you just want to start on your journey, we have the match. So guys, kudos. Thank you. That is a brilliant example of how you use Facebook. So applause to you guys. And I'll let you get back to your reports. And Denise, apparently you're gonna go clash together some, I don't know, what are those things called? She's trying to unmute and tell me what it is, I think. She's having time.
Yeah, I play crash cymbals. I'm a percussionist, and so I need to go in there because they're missing all my noise that I make.
All right, we'll go crash some cymbals. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we're gonna go back to Jessica. So Jessica, new executive director. Are you there?
Hello.
All right, I think everyone and anyone uses Facebook. There are some people that don't use Facebook at all. I know you use Facebook, but I also know that you're super on purpose. And basically, for those that know, Jessica's been a coach for a little bit over 2 years. You have lost a lot of weight, and your story is pretty phenomenal. I mean, for the sake of time, I'm just going to say that it is amazing. And if you want to learn more, message her, because not only did you lose that 70 pounds or 65?
86.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to short you a whole, 10, 15 pounds, but a complete transformation of your health that you actually put on YouTube, which actually was one of the cool things that you did along the way, to have fun and document your journey. But you bring something that is a very good point. You talk to everyone and you bring the excitement. So would you do a scenario, or would you just tell people kind of what you do to share? Because when we talked this new year with Susie, you were like, I don't really know. Can I do this? Your goal is to be executive director by convention. I think you did it a little bit faster than what you thought. And honestly, if we're all being honest, I don't think you even thought it was possible even by convention. But the amount of people that you bring, and you also, no one where you're at right now knows your weight loss because your husband is in the military and you've moved to Denver, Colorado. So all of these new clients are people that are local that really haven't seen your weight loss, or you're not around. So you get really creative with this. So just share with everyone a little bit about how you go out and do that and kind of what your mentality is. And, I'm just going to let you talk, and then we'll do a little bit of a role play because I think you have a scenario of someone you just brought it up with. And I guess I'm going to be a girl from choir eventually. Is that that's what I'll do.
Okay. So basically I just like talking to people. I love hearing people's stories, and I really am fascinated with what's hurting in their lives and how I can help. So I was kind of talking to you, Brad, earlier about how, I do get excited. I get super excited because Take Shape for Life so transformed my life. I mean, in ways that I didn't even imagine. And what happened, when I talk to people is that, sorry, my daughter is driving me nuts. So what happens is even if I'm not that excited to talk to somebody, I seriously fake it until I believe it myself, because, I have 3 kids and yeah, this happens all the time. So it's awesome. I just get pumped up about it. Go see your sister. Love you. My husband works a lot, so I'm always by myself with them. But yeah, I get excited, and then I love hearing why they're at the point that they are in their life, and how I can help, and how I can incorporate Take Shape for Life in helping them. And yeah, I believe in this program so much, and I truly feel that. Just talking to people, getting referrals from people is the nicest compliment in the world. Having other spouses that want to feel good in their ball gown for the Marine Corps ball is huge for me. And, just touching people's lives, especially people who don't think that there is any hope, it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. So you just go everywhere and you, bring excitement to the conversation. So key, because no one wants to do anything that you're, lukewarm about. Find your passion for it. And I love that you bring the excitement, because I love talking to you every time we talk, because you're excited about it. So, you share with everyone. I mean, you share with everyone all the time. It's just every time I talk, you're like, oh, I got this many pre-client calls. I'm like, from when? You didn't have that many 2 hours ago. And I'm like, I don't know where you go talk to people. So give us an example. You were telling about some girls from choir that you just met and you were talking to, and I'll be an example of one of those people if you want to set it up and just kind of do it what you said to them.
Sure. So one of them is she had just had knee surgery, and she's she knows she's overweight, and she the weight on her legs hurts so terribly. So you're her. Just
I'm her and my knees hurt. Okay, and I'm perfect.
How much pain you're in, and life just is hard. She has 3 kids, and she homeschools, and
Perfect. So we're talking, and actually, you know what? I don't even know the whole story. So why don't you just give us a rundown real quick? I won't even role play with you. Why don't you just kind of give us a rundown for the sake of crying daughters of, just basically what you said to her and how that conversation came up? Because that's one of the many examples that you do.
Yeah. So basically, she came to me and she said, I've been seeing your Facebook posts, and I saw that you got really healthy. And she's like, and you've been able to maintain that. And she's like, I hurt so bad, Jess. And she just started crying, and I held her, and she was just just tell me all about it. How can I help you? And so she's just just bawling. And I said, okay, well, we will get through this together. I would love to help you. And she talked to her. I tell her all about the habits of health and how amazing Take Shape for Life is, and how easy it is, especially with a busy schedule with 3 kids. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it, especially with all of my medical issues that I've had. And I just shared with her that, and wait until she stopped crying. And then basically I just asked her, I said, are you ready? Are you ready for a change in your life? And I said, because I think you are. And she goes, oh my God, I'm so ready, and that was it. So, I mean, I feel like the more you love on people, truly love on them, the more that they will respond to you. If you're don't be pushy. I hate when people are pushy. They'll be like, oh, it's great. My business is awesome. I'm going to totally help you, and I'm going to get you here and here and here. If you love on them through the process, and just let them realize that is Take Shape for Life is basically loving them healthy, is how I like to think of it. Because, yeah, it's pretty.
Loving them healthy. I don't know if we could come up with a better term for that. So basically, your tips is that you're on purpose every day. You talk to everyone. You bring the excitement. You let everyone know what it is you do. And I guess part of Facebook would be a part of that, to open up those conversations, because that's the other end of Facebook. People aren't going to chase you down over Facebook. And then you ask them what it is they're doing, and you use the excitement and listening and love them healthy. So that's basically your top tips.
Yes. Oh, and I don't care where you are. Seriously, if I'm in line at the grocery store, I go, oh, your kids are so cute. Or, oh, I love that food, and I just open it up, and I just say, to what they've been doing, where they're at, and who they are. And hi, I'm new. I'm just moved here, that kind of thing. It really works.
Everywhere you go as a person to help, basically.
Yeah.
I love it. Great example. Thanks, Jess. And even with the little ones. So you even get that in with the little ones being there all the time.
Yes.
All right.
Understand.
Yep, exactly. And it makes you more realistic too. So I love it. So great. And I love it. Bring the excitement. Everyone wants to do what people are excited about. That's probably one of the best tips that I love, because you just bring the excitement. People want to do what excited people are doing. So that's, speaking of excited people and awesome people who have purple hair, Christina, will you share a little bit? So I don't think you really have a tip except for that, basically just go over how you launched your business. You went from going from being a person that I talked to in January and being like, I don't know if I could get anyone healthy. I don't know if like this is even for me at all in any aspect, but just go over kind of the things you did to launch your business. And basically you actually have created referrals really quick, referrals from people that are your friends that are noticing, but also referrals from your client. What do you say to people, and what have you done to kind of launch your business over these last few months? Because you've started probably a total of over 30 clients since January, since when I met you.
Yes. Yeah, and that's amazing to me because I really didn't think that I could do that, because I'm extremely introvert. I'm shy, and I feel like I don't know anyone really, and I really don't have I felt like I didn't have a sphere of influence, because I have Facebook. That's me. Social media. That's it. And I don't have any friends in the community. I'm not tied to any like mom groups or anything like that. So I'm like, how am I going to make this work? Because I don't know anyone. So if you are in that mindset right now, let me tell you, you can do it, because if this girl can do it, anyone can do it. Anyone. And even going to the first event that we had here in San Diego, I sat down next to one of the coaches, and we had to do this little thing, and he was saying, what are your fears or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know anybody. My fear is I know like my 3 clients at the time, 3 people, and that's it. And I guess I wait till they have some results, or I don't know. But I'm telling you, just staying in contact with my mentors, with Mary and Lori and Brad, I'm telling you, just getting all the information and then using it, taking that information that they give to me, and then really focusing and saying, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to be shy Christina that I've always been, or am I going to be a Brad Miller? What am I going to do? Am I going to just be this, wait for it to come to me? No, absolutely not. So I basically share everywhere. I do share on Facebook. Recently, I have done an email launch where I just basically went through and I did my story just like they taught, in our local training, where it's just, this is where I was, this is what I love about Take Shape for Life and what it's done for me, and this is where I am now towards optimal health. So it's just a quick little story. And then put my before and after pictures, and I sent it to everyone in my contact list. Everyone, people that I hadn't talked to since 2004, 2007, were emailing me back, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like they didn't even know who I was. I mean, it was like it was crazy. But yeah, so I basically and now even at church, I've realized that there's opportunity everywhere. And then, to maintain that, I did have some clients in the beginning that had fallen off. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe I'm just a horrible coach and I just don't know. But I was missing that follow-up piece. I was missing that, that loving on the piece and really realizing that, okay, just get outside of your comfort zone. Don't just think that, okay, I got this client, so I don't have to talk to them anymore. Because honestly, sometimes my anxiety within myself I would stop myself, and I would be okay with, oh, well, if they don't text me back, then maybe the program's not for them. And I wasn't reaching farther just to be like, what, who am I to deprive them of optimal health, of oh my goodness, everything that they could possibly be, just because I'm scared, So I don't know. And another thing too, referrals. How I did with the referrals is I actually a couple of things. One was I reached out to all my clients. I started noticing my clients that were really getting it. They were really integrating themselves into the program, and I just sent them an email thanking them for for their trust in me, letting them know how great they've been doing, and just kind of extending to them, as an appreciation, if you have somebody in your life that could probably use this, or even someone who's come up to you and said, you know what, you look great, what are you doing? Just connect me with them. Get me their number and make sure that, I have permission to call them, or give them my number, and let's connect. And, for every referral that you give me that signs up, I'll give you $25, just as a thank you. If you give me 3 or more, 3 in a month, I'll give you $100, just a way to say thank you, and thank you for your trust in me. And not to say it's about the money, it's not, but, sometimes, it's a way, that they can really feel appreciated. And then if I have a client that's really given me, referral after referral, I just go to them. I'm like, you know what, you've given me, 4 referrals, and I really appreciate it. And you're fantastic. You are just doing phenomenal. But, what do you think about being a coach? You keep giving me these people, but you would make an excellent coach. And sometimes they're scared, and sometimes they're like, oh no, but remember that time when you felt like that, because that's what I do. And I just kind of reach a little bit deeper and just talk to them and say, I know you're scared. I know you're having fear, but just let that go and have some trust in me. Have some trust in our team, because it's not just me and you against the world. It's me, you, and the whole team. And we all just want to just get in there and just get, just help everybody. And, that's kind of how I got all my referrals was doing that. I don't know if it answers your question or not, but.
You totally did, Christina. That's so perfect. So you were shy. You didn't think you can do this. And literally you just stepped outside your comfort zone. Life is a lot more fun outside your comfort zone a little bit, right?
Definitely.
Awesome.
So much fun. I'm having so much fun. I love it.
So perfect. So you sent an email out to everyone to let them know your journey. So you put it out there. You took advantage of Facebook. You talked to everyone possible, and then you opened up your mouth in person. And then the people you were helping, you didn't just start. You developed a relationship with them, and you partnered with them, and you took the step to create referrals. And I loved how you said that is you basically gave them direction on how to connect people with you, because there's nothing wrong with asking them for a referral. If you're not trying to get anything in return, it's not like, hey, I need referrals, give them to me. You're creating them through your relationship, through them getting so healthy. You're affecting the people in their lives, and you're helping them with verbiage on how to connect them to you. And you're also setting them up, because if people are going to refer and they're going to do that, then they're going to naturally become a coach, because that means they're successful on program, they're getting it, they're liking you, and they're going to want to pay it forward to those people. And yes, you couldn't have said it any better. Remember that they are probably not even thinking that they become a coach. Maybe you planted the seed in the beginning, maybe you didn't, but that's your first touch, and I love it. So great advice. One last thing. So just give people a tip on when they're coaching people. Just in 15 seconds or less, how do you set up a lot of your referrals? Like from those people that are like, oh, I have someone interested. Give them kind of some verbiage on how you get them from thinking that they have a referral to someone that you're talking to.
You're saying, how do I go from my client that's a referral to becoming a coach? Or you're saying, how do I talk to the referral itself?
How do you get how did you get connected with that referral from the person that's saying that they have a referral for you possibly?
Oh, I just call them and I say, if you're my referral, are you saying if you were the referral?
Well, how do you get their information from that person? So say you have someone that's saying that they have a friend that's interested. What do you do with that information?
Oh, once I get that information, if I have their information and then I have permission to call them, I call them directly and I say, hi, Brad, this is Christina Breeden. I'm, Chris's coach. And I just, I heard that, you're really interested in this and getting healthier, and I just want to talk to you and see how I can, help you achieve your goals and create optimal health. And then, we just go into our, discussion to find out what they want, paint them a picture of optimal health, and then, just finish it off with the optimal +3, get them, all set up so that they're really set up for success for that month. And then just follow up. Not sure if that.
No, it's perfect. So you get the information, you call them, you let them know what you're doing, and you turn it right into talking with them. Couldn't be any better. And then you start them with the optimal +3. No wonder why you're doing so well. And I just love it. Congratulations. Thanks for all your sharing tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. And then that's going to bring us to Dawn. Dawn, are you there?
Hey,
I don't
Brad,
know.
I am.
There you are. All right. I'm going to let you finish this up because I'm actually getting my phone dying. But basically, Dawn, real quick, you have been a health coach for many years now, and you've run out of clients, right?
I think I went through a little period where I thought maybe I was going to.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just share this? You've been a health coach for 5 years. How do you keep clients coming in? What do you tell people? And give them a little bit of insight of what you see from people in the very beginning as the people are learning their craft and all the new executive directors and how much we've been growing lately. So give us a little bit of your brain as we take this home, and hopefully my computer stays alive for this.
Yes, absolutely. So, oh my gosh, I mean, people have shared so much amazing tidbits, tangible information. Not sure I can top tying it together. Yes, been a coach for 5 years, and there's no shortage. Brad, am I echoing?
No, you're fine.
Am I okay? There's no shortage of clients and people out there to help, and it's like the more people you help, the more there are. So I loved what Cherry Petraska said is like, where does she want to spend her time? Because that's really something that I'm really purposeful with. My husband and I, both are, but just really spending our time and carving time out to continue to grow clients. And we actually help between 5 and 8 new people every month, and that's pretty consistent. And they come from all kinds of different places. I mean, this is a really special time to be a Take Shape for Life health coach. I've never seen it grow like it's growing now. There's more people coming on board and getting healthy, and the way things are going with technology and Zooms and being able to connect with people from across the country. I mean, literally, Lori Anderson and I were talking earlier today about hosting like virtual healthy happy hours and just things like that allow us to connect with people and build relationships. So there are so many different ways, but really what I hear everyone saying on the call is, be consistent, really be on purpose. We do a lot of consistent and fun branding, and that can be on really transformation. We offer that trilogy, full transformation. So I'm seeing everybody's, all these new executive directors who didn't even maybe think that what was possible in the beginning, and it's just literally going into their communities and sharing with their friends and their family. And I'm loving hearing all of that. So Brad, I know you'd asked me to share just a little bit about how, after coaching for 5 years, I mean, we just feel like we're just even beginning, and there is absolutely not a shortage of clients or coaches. And one of the things that I love is just, I was talking to you earlier, talking about the trilogy goggles, as health coaches, we don't get bear goggles anymore. We have trilogy goggles. So when we're out and talking with people and sharing, and even talking with someone like I met someone on an airplane a couple months ago on the way back from San Diego, and just talking with her about her life, and we just started up a conversation. I found out that she also was a stay-at-home mom, and anyways, guess what? I helped her get signed up on program about 3 days later because I followed up, became Facebook friends, and she's now coming over and we're hosting a little event together, and we're talking about health coaching, and because I could see that sorry guys, I'm at the hospital, so there's an overhead page going on, but that the way that the trilogy would fit into her life from the very beginning, from that very first conversation, I was asking her about what her life was like. And so I just loved, like, even what Jessica said, go out into the world and, like, not what the world can give to us, but what can we offer to the people around us. And so that's just, Brad, anything else that you'd like me to kind of touch on? But really, I just wanted to just say that, we start about, 5 to 8 clients a month, and, at least one in every 5 clients is a coach within. And so laying that foundation and planting that seed from that very first conversation, really getting in tune with what they're saying, and kind of even the nonverbal communication, and layering from the beginning, from that night before call, this is how it goes, guys. You're going to see such amazing results. I mean, when someone goes on program, they see predictable results, right? So we know that. So when I'm helping someone started, I'm like, you're going to see such great results. You're going to be astounded and people are going to notice. So this is how it goes down. You have a choice. Like, you can refer them to me. I am honored to help them. Or you know what? We can together help them. And so when we cross that bridge, we'll get there. But so you've laid that foundation and that little seed there. So then on my weekly celebration calls, I follow up. Who's noticing and celebrating with them, and then talking with them about how they're sharing with those people and who those people are, and becoming Facebook friends with them, inviting those people into our challenges and our support pages, just really bringing people into the community that Take Shape for Life is. And that's how you never run out of clients. You never run out of someone, you know, really blossoming as a coach, because they're having this amazing transformation. They can't help but share it with the world around them. And so it's an organic, really natural process. We don't ever have to feel like we're going out and hunting for coaches or looking for someone to become a client, because it naturally happens all around us, you guys. Listening to your hearts, just how passionate you guys are about this mission that we're on. You know, it's all about helping people become part of something bigger, because everybody wants to be part of something bigger. And so it's just so clear that that is exactly what this group is doing.
Brad, we can't hear you. All right, so Brad, since we can't hear you, we'll just kind of continue. I think the one last thing, just to kind of, first of all, I think what I too have been, it's been almost 5 years for me as well. And I'm just sitting here feeling like such the abundance of the amount of people to help. And the one thing I heard over and over is we kind of have to get out of our own way, because there is so many people that need what we have, and we can let our minds get in the way of really assisting so many people to break through in their health. And you know what? I'm not okay with that. And there was a time where I did let myself get in the way of a lot of other people getting healthy, and just hearing all of you guys and just the amount of people out there that need what we have. And if we just go out and we share, and you can't say it wrong, just go share. I love, Brad, you said you put your foot in your mouth a lot of times. Oh my goodness. I almost need to write an apology card to my first 5 clients, because maybe my first 20, I'm not sure, but even my first couple coaches, because for me, it wasn't about perfection and doing it right. It was just one foot in front of the other and doing it over and over again. And it's not even perfect at it now, but I'm excited about it. And people sense when you're excited and you're grateful. And that's really what it's all about. And I think we were just going to wrap up. Brad, did you want me to just touch on why the optimal +3? You can shake your head. He's like, I just see it partly on your screen there. You know, we kind of trained on this last month. I really think a lot of people, you guys are catching on, gathering the momentum, and the reasons why we are really training that out is again, no wrong way to start a client. I love how you guys did you hear the theme of they're asking people, what do they want? What's in their best interest? Really coming alongside people and finding out what they want. So there's no wrong way, but at the end of the day, we're the professional, and there are the people out there, they're looking to us to say, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm raising my hand. I'm ready to get healthy. What's my next step? And we know that we want them set up to have, plenty of variety of things. And the other thing is it really sets your business up for success too. So you can see on the little bit of the slide here is that it's 18 clients to reach executive director. That's pretty cool. And if you're supporting 25 clients with a full optimal +3, that's $8,500 in frontline volume. That's a very strong business, you guys, and those would be very integrated clients, that you'd be able to support. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like our cornerstones are set. It's what Dr. Anderson is really set from the top and what he's trading out, and just really proud of this organization. And I love that smiley face, whoever just drew that. Is that you, Brad? Brad's like a big kid, huh, everybody? Since he can't fight back, I'm just gonna, we could have a roast. We need to have a Brad Miller roast. I could do this for hours.